Sasha here. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create your lead page. So I'm going to be following our layout. So you should have already looked at this workbook here, which shows you the structure and the layout of a lead page. This is how we always lay ours out, and we find they work really, really well, and it gets all the information in that's needed to relate to and convert and close your audience. So first of all, what you want to do is put a catchy title. So something that is going to grab in your audience's attention. Usually this can be the title of your lead magnet. Okay, so whatever you've called your lead magnet, 5 secrets to, or 5 steps to, or free download for, whatever you have called it, I'd put it there because it's going to relate to your audience anyway, and it's going to attract them and catch their eye. We always like to, underneath the title as well, put something catchy that grabs our ideal audience. So we'll put the title of the lead magnet, and then we'll say, calling all female network marketers who are fed up with the daily grind needed to grow your business. This is for you, right? Or you could say, if you're fed up of the 9 to 5, or you're fed up of the corporate world and you're ready for more from life, this is for you. So it just depends on your audience, who it is, and what the message is you're trying to get across to what you put there. So just make it short, catchy, and relatable to your audience. The next section of the lead page, as you can see over on the right hand side here, is where we like to be relatable. So here is where we like to go into their pain points and talk a little bit more about their pain points. And you can either keep this short and sweet and just say, you know, are you currently stuck in X, Y, and Z? Are you currently fed up of da 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 da? So you could lay them out in that aspect if you want to, or you can do what we've done and just share like a little bit of a story here. So we've related to network marketers, and we've said, you know, when you first started in your opportunity, we bet you had the vision of time and financial freedom. You know, it was going to bring you an amazing life. And all this stuff, but instead you find yourself stuck hustling, da 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 da. So as they're reading that, they're nodding along. So you want to put something here that's going to get your audience to go, yes, that's me. Oh my gosh, I need this download. And then you want to mention the download at the end of it. You want to say, we've put together our 5 secrets in this free download. This is what helped us to X, Y, and Z. So, you know, if you're helping people live their dream life, you can say, these 5 principles I teach in this free download is what helped me to create a life on my terms. And now I'm ready to help you. Or now my mission is to help X, Y, and Z. Grab your copy. And then you want to put a button. You need a couple of buttons on this lead page. Put a button, and then you can have a picture. And we find this works really well. As you can see here, we've got a picture that teases the lead magnet, right? So it's a picture of our lead magnet, and it just gives them a teaser of the different pages and what's to come. So you can create that in Canva, and you just screenshot your lead magnet and you just upload it behind each other as an image. So that we find that works really, really well. And then on the next section, if we can skip across, we are going to say what they will learn in the lead magnet if they download it. Okay, so here is where you will maybe want to put the titles of each step. You want to make them sound catchy, okay, and you want to make them sound like something that your audience wants. So relatable again to your audience. You want your audience to go, oh my gosh, I need that, I want that. Okay, so make sure it's appealing to your ideal customers. And then finally, and this bit is optional, okay, we like to add it on because it just rounds up who we are and how we help people. Because remember, when people click on this, they are only thinking, what's in it for them? How is it going to benefit them? What's it going to do for them if they give you their email in exchange for your download? So, you know, to then sell yourself and give yourself that bit of credibility, we find it's really good to add a little bit of a like an about bio on the end of the lead page, but that is completely optional. Okay, you don't have to put that bit, but we just find it helps, but we'll leave that up to you. It's up to you whether you want to do that or not. And then at the end of the lead page, you need another button as well. Okay, so that's the layout that I am going to be walking you through today. So let's go ahead and come on over to lead pages. Okay, so I walked you through in a different tutorial how to find all the different sections and walked you through your back office. In this one, we're just going to go ahead and create it. So you come on over to create new landing page. Now here, it depends on your objective, okay? Now, do you want to generate leads? Do you want to make sales? Or is it something else? So for this one, we want to generate leads, okay? And then you've got all your different options here. So just go to free resources. That's absolutely perfect. And then you want to go to browse all templates. And it will bring all of your templates up here, and whichever one that you like the look of, you can go for. If there's one in particular that you like the look of, you absolutely can choose that one, because you can edit it to the same layout as what we've done. So we're just going to go for the basic one over here. Click on use this template. And by the way, this always works better if you're on a desktop, so try and make sure that you're on a desktop. What do you want to call your lead page? Well, here you're going to call it the name of your lead magnet, okay? Whatever it is that you've called your lead magnet, so 5 secrets to 5 steps to whatever you've called it, okay? And then you click continue. Okay. So then this is the back office of lead pages. This is where you will create your lead page, okay? And you have got all of your different widgets and stuff down here. So you've got the layout of your lead page. So this is all the different sections that you have, okay? So at the moment, you've only got one, so it's only bringing up one section. So I will show you how to add more sections after and come back to that. Here is where all your widgets are. So this is where you can literally just drag and drop things in, and I'm going to walk you through that and how it works in a minute. Here is where your different styles are, so your page background, your font styles, your page width. And remember, you've outlined all your font styles in your branding, so use the same font styles across the board. Whatever you create within your brand, use the same font style for it, in the same colours, use the same hex codes and stuff like that that you've created for your brand within your branding section on your brand board, okay? And then you've got your tracking down here, which is where you would put your Facebook pixel, which is what I'm going to talk you through in a different tutorial. Okay, so let's come back to the widgets section. So here, I want to change the background photo, okay? I don't want that photo on there. So I'm going to hover above this little edit button here, and I'm going to just click on image. Now you can either have an image or you can have just a still colour in the background if you want to. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull up any old photo that I can find in here. Let's go for that one, that'll be fine. And I'm going to insert that into the back there. If you don't want a picture, you can just come to colour, and you can click on your colour here and it will add in your colour there if you want to, okay? But for now, I'm just going to keep that image there. Okay, so next thing you want to do is you want to put your title. So obviously the title was the name of your lead magnet, and that's what goes there. And then I said to add a little section in underneath that relates to your audience, okay? So what you will want to do then is you want to come on over to widgets, you want to go to the text box, and you want to just click on it and just drag it and just hover it, below there, okay? And then that will bring this text box up here. So then what you can do is you can start to write in something that's going to appeal to your ideal audience. Now, if that comes up white, okay, just all you need to do is highlight it, hover above the black, the color wheel here, and then just change it to black, okay? So you want to delete that, and you want to put something that's going to relate to your audience here. So say calling, or, oh, if I could spell. Something like that, something relatable to your audience, okay? Now, obviously that doesn't look great. So what I want to do is I want to change it around a little bit. So you would highlight it and it will bring up this section here, and I can make it bold. I can change the direction of the writing. I can centralize the writing here. I can change the size of the writing here, okay? I can change the spacing of the writing. So if I want to keep that on, say about 5, I can change the style of the writing here if I want to, okay? So all of this stuff, I can underline it if I want to. I can do lots of different stuff here. I can hyperlink it if I want to. I can bullet point it if I want to. So this part's really good to bring up, to have a play around with your writing, because how much more better does that look now to how it did a minute ago, right? And the same for your title. You can make this big and bold. So you just highlight it, and then you've got your different headlines here, and then you can also make that bigger too if you want to, okay? So until you are happy with this section here, keep editing it. Then this is your button, okay? And if you just click on the button, you can change this to your brand colors, okay? So this is where you can start to make it look branded. And this is why I like Leadpages as opposed to MailChimp, because you can do so much more stuff on it. You can change the writing, the style writing, how big the writing is on it. And obviously just highlight that. And you can just put, I always do capitals for buttons. Learn more here, okay? I'm going to take that down a little bit. That's it. Okay, so just play around with that until you're happy. I would just delete that box there, and that's going to be the first section, your heading. Okay, next section that we want to do was the relatability. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to come here and you just want to hover above this section here, and you just click on add section. Okay, what this then does is brings up a whole new section for you. So in this section, again, you want to hover above the edit part, so it brings it up over here. Now you can either add another image, so you've got a different image here, or you can just add a plain colour. I think I'd quite like to add just a plain colour here, okay? And then what you want to start doing is you want to start dragging in your widgets. So if you're coming up to your widgets, you can choose your different widgets. You can put another image in here if you want to, or you can put another headline if you want to, or you can just drag a text box in and then start writing, okay? So then this is where you are going to put relatability and pain points, okay? So you could say something like, are you tired of hustling? Thought be further along in your business. Feel like throwing the towel in. I can so relate. Okay, so what you could do actually is this bit here could be like a little bit of a bullet point in the headline. So you could have that, and you could have, say for example, bold. You could centralize it. You could have it as bullet points. Let me just see. Okay, bullet points, or you can have ticks there. Okay, either or. I quite like the bullet points. You can add emojis here. Okay, so you've got all your different icons. If you want to add these in here, you absolutely can. Just have a look through. You've got various different things that you can have a play around with here. Okay, let's go back to the bullet points. Okay, so let's then say I wanted to make this bigger, and I really wanted to make this stand out. I wanted to make those pain points stand out, right? Okay, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so they're your pain points, right? They're your questions. That's when they're reading and going, yeah, that's me. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's me, right? So you've related to them, you've given them the pain points, you've hit their pain points, which is really important. Then what you could do is go to add new section. You could just make this section, if you hover above it here as well to edit it, you could just make this section white, okay? And then we want to go back to widgets, and we want to drag a headline in here. No, sorry, we don't want to drag a headline. We want to drag a text box in here. And this is where we're going to just relate a little bit and just share maybe a snippet of your story and what your mission is. Okay, so here you can say, I can totally, and it always does this, okay? So you'll have to, it always comes up with white writing, I don't know why. Oh, and now it's totally gone off the screen, okay? Bear with me. So if you just highlight that, okay, delete it, and then just start writing, highlight it again, and then bring up this box here and change the colour of it, okay? Don't know why it starts writing in white, but it does. Anyway, I can so relate, I know you can put something like, I almost gave up on my dreams. And obviously this is going to be different to your ideal customer, okay? So you need to make sure it's relating to your ideal customer and the message you're trying to get across, you know, and the problems that they're currently having right now and the problems they're currently looking to solve. You have to make this text relatable to them. So don't copy what I'm putting. It needs to be relatable to your audience. This is just an example, okay? So I can say, well, I almost gave up on my dreams because I was so tired of my business consuming my life. I knew it was either give up or step up and learn some new tools. Okay, and then you can say, this is when I discovered, I've done it again. So annoying that it does that. So this is when I discovered principles that I teach today within a matter of 6 weeks. I transformed my business and I was hitting those dreamy 10K months. Okay. Oh, you can't see what I'm typing? Hilarious. Okay, let me just change this. Okay, so I know what it's like to feel stuck, frustrated, and ready to give up. So I've now made it my mission, and this is where your mission can come in, to teach these principles to as many femalepreneurs, and here comes my branding, to as many femalepreneurs as I possibly can, to stop them from giving up on their dreams. I've put together this free download just for you. It's done it again. Okay. I put together this free download just for you. Inside, you'll get access to the principles, or you can put to the steps, access to the steps I took to turn my life and business around. So you see how I've related. Okay, so again, you play around with this writing, you centralize it, you make it look good, you play around with the sizing of it if you want to, but just make sure the main part is to make sure that it's relatable. Okay, needs to be relatable. You need to let them know that you understand their problem, you once had it, you found a solution, and that's what you're going to give them in this lead magnet. Okay, and then here I would then put another button. So you have got more widgets, by the way. If you just click on show more, you've got way more widgets. So over here, if you come over to button, drag a button, and then you want the button underneath. Oh, here. Okay. So you can put grab your copy here and then change it to brand colors. You can play around with the text and whatnot. And I'm going to come back to the buttons and activate the buttons in a minute. Okay, so you can start to see that this is looking branded now. This is looking nice. This is speaking to your ideal customers. Okay, this is just very basic. You can play around with this and you can make it look as jazzy as you want to. So next step is you want to hit the pain points. Okay, so in this guide you will learn. So you want a nice add new section, and let's go with pink again for the color, and let's go to widgets. Okay, so here you want to drag in a headline. Okay, so you will learn, okay, because they want to know what they're going to learn. New section. Now what I want to do here is I just keep this white for now because I can always add a picture in at a later date. So I want to go to widgets and I want to grab image and text, okay, because this is where I want to have the picture of my lead magnet, the teaser that I would have previously created in Canva, and I'm hoping that there is going to be one. Okay, so that will do. Okay, so there's my image, and then underneath it I can do some writing too. So again, it's white, so we want to make that black. Oh gosh, oh it's got a mind of its own. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and there is a way as well to make this writing go to the side of it. It's up here. So there you go. Okay, so you want the writing at the side of it, right? So you've got your lead magnet here and then you've got this over here, and you want this to be, ideally you want it to be at the side of it. Let's put the writing up there. Okay, and this is how you control that over here, image position, right? So you will learn how to, and this is where the titles come in of what they're going to learn in your lead magnet specifically, okay? So you're going to learn how to hit 10K months, for example. Every time it goes white. Okay, the strategy to succeeding online, for example. Okay, so here you're going to put your five steps in basically, right? And then when you're happy with it, you're going to play around with this writing. Okay, so again, you can make it bold, you can centralize it if you want to, or you can keep it to the side. You can bullet point it as well. I quite like to put ticks on this one or put the bullet points there. It's up to you. And then, or you can put emojis there if you want to. You can add in different emojis, completely up to you. And then obviously you may want to make the writing a little bit bigger. Again, it's up to you. So just play around with it until you're happy. Obviously, this looks very basic, and you can make it look a lot more jazzy and do a lot more things with it if you want to. Like I could add a picture into the background here if I wanted to, so I can add an image, and I could add, say for example, this one if I wanted to put our logo in the background, for example. Okay, so you can make it look as jazzy as you want to. I'm just showing you how to add the sections and what each things do if you want to. You know, if you want to make it jazzier, then have a play around with all the different things that you've got available. Okay, so then once you have got that section and you're happy with that, then we're going to go on to the final section. So here I would add, to be perfectly honest, I would add another button, to be fair. So I would come on over and I would put another button in here, because you don't know at what point they're going to click that button. Okay, grab your free copy here. Okay, they could read that and be like, oh my gosh, I want it now, but then they're not. They may not scroll all the way back up to click on the button, right? So keep adding buttons in and get your free download here. That's what I always do. So then here you're going to hover above over that and bring up this section here, and then you are going to go to your final section. Now, you can end it here if you want to. Like, this can just be your lead page if you want to, okay? Because you've got enough information on here. You've got your title, you're speaking, you're relatable, you've got your pain points, you've got your relatability, you've said you put together a download, and then here is what they're going to learn, and you give them a little teaser, and you said get your free copy here. You can leave it there if you want to, okay? Or what you can do is you can add the end bit on that we always like to add on, which is a brief bio about ourselves, right? So we like to we think it just gives us more credibility. So here we quite like to add a picture of ourselves, and this just kind of sells you. Remember, people buy you. So you can sell yourself here. You can say who you are, what your mission is. You know, so we could put that in there, for example. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can make this bigger. So you play around with all of this until you're happy with the size of the picture, right? So I could pull this out here. Okay, and then obviously as I write, it's going to get bigger as well. So if you wanted to fade this into the background, which you can come to this, this section here and add an overlay to your picture. And then what you can do is you can actually fade the overlay as well. So if you click on, let me just have a look. Oh, I've just knocked the image off now. Sorry, hold on. There is a way to fade it as well, but they're forever changing things in in lead pages and changing where things are. Hold on, let me find it. So you can, it's normally here, and here it is. Okay, so if you want to go with black and then you fade it down, just so as you can add writing over the top of it and it makes your writing stand out, you absolutely can. So that's how you would do it there. You would just select this section here, go to add, and then it brings up the transparency here, okay? So then here I want to finish it off with a text box where I'm going to add an about bio, okay? So I go to widgets, I go to text box, and then I'm going to put my about bio here. Obviously you're going to write, it's going to be different for every individual. You know, we tell them what we've achieved as a company. We tell them how we help people, what our mission is, and just give them clarity on how we can help them. Okay, you don't want this long, you just want it short and sweet, really, just enough to kind of sell yourself, just so as it gives you that credibility. Okay, any achievements that you've done, how if you've helped lots of people, put it in there. Just big yourself up here, basically, just to give you that credibility, so it makes them go, oh yeah, that sounds good. I need to learn from this person. Okay, we find this really helps to add it on the end, but it's optional, you don't have to. And then of course finish it off with another button. Okay, so we're going to drag the widget and we're going to finish it off with another button, and you can put different headlines on it. So download your copy here, and again brand this button. And that is your lead page finished. Obviously, if this was a proper lead page, I would be doing some more work. I would be making this writing look better, and I would be playing around with it a lot more than what it is now. But just to show you basically how to build it, I just wanted to come in and show you how to do that. And then if you wanted to, you can put a countdown timer on here if you wanted to. So if you wanted to put like a specific time period on your lead magnet on when it's available to, you can drag in a countdown. This sometimes helps to create the urgency, right? Because people may think, oh my gosh, it's only available for the next 48 hours. wow, yeah, so I need to grab it now. Otherwise, people may click off and not come back. But if there's that urgency there, then it works a treat. So again, you can make this branded, and then you can just put in when it's till. So, you know, if you wanted it for 48 hours, you would go for that. Okay, and then that comes to 48 hours. If you click evergreen, you can reset countdown for all visitors, or you can just leave it as it is. So when they visit, it counts down and that's it. And then obviously if they come back on it, it's at 0. So it's up to you, you know, that is optional. You can add in that if you want to. You can make this pop even more, and you can add a background into it if you wanted to. Block boxed in, quite like the boxed in one, just to make it pop and stand out a little bit more. So there's so many different things that you can do over here. You've got your social likes, like all of your different icons for your social media. You've got emojis that you can drag in. You've got lots of different things over here. You've got progress bar, so when people, this is quite good for your pop-up, which I'm going to show you in a minute. It just shows them that they're 50% of the way, and it just encourages them to go the whole hog basically and download what you've got to offer. Images you can drag in, different lines to separate it. So just have a play around with it. You can even put videos in if you want to put a video in. So just have a play around with all of this section here until you've made your lead page following the layout that we give you, okay? And when you're happy with it, you want to come up here and you want to click publish, and then this gives you your URL for your lead page, and it's going to be this URL that you convert into a bit.ly link, and this is what you're going to use for your marketing. This is what you're going to use in your ad. It's going to be this URL here, okay? So that's where you find it. Now the next thing you need to do is create your pop-up box. So if you click on here and you just hover above this section here, the link, it says pop-up form. You want to edit it, okay? And this is where you're going to create your pop-up form. So this is when they click that button, this is where they put their details in, okay? So again, you are going to... Okay, so that's the end. Okay, so that's the end of this tutorial. That's how you create your lead page. What I'm going to show you over in the next tutorial is how to create your lead box, which is how you will activate your button for your lead page. So I will see you over in the next tutorial to help you with the next steps of creating your lead page. Bye for now.